Ever see that 70-year-old man dancing at the bar at teen night like he's still groovy? No, we're not talking about Ric Flair. Well, not this time anyway. We're referring, of course, to Vince McMahon, someone who's been out of touch when it comes to his audience. Well, now, we've said it before, but it bears repeating, the days of promoters being able to send out a wrestler in a white hat and a big smile and expecting big cheers are long over. Fans cheer whom they want to and boo whom they want to, regardless of whether they're called a face or a heel. Here are 17 times that the fans cheered heels and booed babyfaces. Now, we're sure you've heard the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, but as you'll see, Vince McMahon, he makes the Joker look like Dr. Phil with the way he books John Cena and Roman Reigns. Number 17, heel cheered Kevin Owens' 2015 Elimination Chamber. Now, do the fans like to boo a babyface John Cena? Is the Pope Catholic? Is rapper Ice-T selling lemonade confusing? Cena's had his share of fans amongst the Chuck E. Cheese set, but there's also a lot of people who can't stand him. Exhibit A. Kevin Owens debuted on the May 18th, 2015 Raw, attacking US champion John Cena, and then facing him at 2015's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Owens was cheered as he went on to pin Cena cleanly after hitting his pop-up powerbomb, but remains a heel despite the fans getting behind him. Number 16, heel cheered Triple H WrestleMania 22. Now, if you've ever wondered what life is like in Bizarro World, tune into any John Cena match where the fans boo him against wrestlers who are supposed to be highly hated heels. Yet, WWE continues to push Cena as a face. Triple H was the latest case of Cena getting booed when he was supposed to be cheered, this time at WrestleMania 22. This may have influenced WWE's decision to turn Triple H face a couple of months later on the June 2nd, 2006 episode of Raw after reforming D-Generation X with Shawn Michaels. Number 15, cheered the heel Randy Orton, SummerSlam 2004. Randy Orton went into SummerSlam 2004 as the youngest member of the all-star heel group Evolution. Orton already had a lengthy run as Intercontinental Champion, but he was facing a veteran in Chris Benoit, a popular wrestler who clawed his way up to the World Heavyweight Championship. Despite Benoit's popularity, and the fact that the Canadian Crippler was wrestling in Toronto, Orton won the fans over during the match, surprising more than a few people when he defeated Benoit for the title. Orton became the youngest champion ever, only to embark on an ill-advised run as a face where he became Triple H's go-to jobber to the stars. Number 14, booed the babyface Rey Mysterio, Royal Rumble 2014. Rey Mysterio will go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, cruiserweight in history. Rey shocked and delighted fans when he set out to win the World Heavyweight Championship, hoping to honor the memory of his late friend Eddie Guerrero. Rey's incredible win at 2006's Royal Rumble saw him enter at number 2 and survive a record-breaking 62 minutes to win. Rey went on to win the world belt at WrestleMania 22 in a triple threat match against champion Kurt Angle and Randy Orton by pinning Orton. Rey would hold the World Heavyweight title twice and the WWE Championship once, in this case winning the belt in a tournament on the July 25, 2011 Raw, then losing it the same night to John Cena. Rey's underdog act got old with WWE fans though, and his never-ending injuries didn't help as he'd return only to disappear again. His injuries also caused him to lose a step with his in-ring work, and rather than adapting his style, Rey maintained his old style, blowing spots. The last nail in the coffin was 2014's Royal Rumble when Rey showed up at number 30 rather than Daniel Bryan as some fans had hoped. Now, Rey was as welcome here as Mike Pence at Hamilton. The fans were tired of Rey, and Rey didn't stay much longer, his last match being a loss to Bad News Barrett on the post-WrestleMania 30 Raw. Number 13, cheered the heel Seth Rollins, Extreme Rules 2016. Seth Rollins was the Authority's number 1 guy after he won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That is until a November 4th, 2015 knee injury forced him to relinquish the belt. Rollins returned at 2016's Extreme Rules, attacking babyface Roman Reigns after his victory over AJ Styles. The fans cheered Rollins, arguably a combination of their apathy towards Reigns and their happiness at seeing Rollins return. Whatever the reason, WWE turned Rollins babyface officially after Triple H screwed him out of the Universal title on the August 29th, 2016 Raw. Number 12, booed the babyface Goldberg, Backlash 2003. 2003 saw Bill Goldberg debut in the WWE, leaving fans to wonder how WCW's dominant babyface would fare against the WWE's best. A match against The Rock seemed like an instant dream match, as The Rock had turned heel in January of 2003, adopting the persona of a Hollywood star who couldn't be bothered to wrestle. Perhaps this reminded fans of The Rock when he first turned heel, but whatever the reason, the fans cheered The Rock during his match at Backlash. This would be The Rock's last match in WWE for a while, but it wouldn't be a good start for Goldberg, whose WWE career was full of stumbles. Likewise with their respective movie careers, as The Rock would go on to be a Hollywood superstar, and Goldberg would go on to make riff tracks-worthy materials such as Santa's Sleigh and Kill Speed. If Goldberg lands the role of Gopher on the big screen adaptation of The Love Boat, though, things could change. Number 11, cheered the heel, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2014. Given the number of Cena haters out there, setting up a situation where the poor guy gets destroyed is as much of an invitation for a party as would be the New England Patriots missing the Super Bowl. Brock Lesnar destroyed Cena, winning the WWE Championship and giving Cena haters a reason to live, as Lesnar German suplexed Cena 16 times before hitting an F5 and pinning him. Number 10, booed the babyface, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13. With Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity on the rise, the WWF decided to pull a double turn at WrestleMania 13 in the submission match between Austin and arch-rival Bret the Hitman Hart. The WWF had slowly teased a heel turn with the Hitman, seeming to grow bitter at his treatment in the WWF. If only he knew what he was in for at the 1997 Survivor Series. The match saw Hart win, but Austin's refusal to submit, he passed out from the pain, won more fans over and led to an angry Hart trying to punish Austin further. Austin won the fans' respect, and Hart's bad attitude earned their jeers, in this case, the result the WWF wanted. Number 9, cheered the heel, Triple H, WrestleMania 32. Expecting the fans to cheer Roman Reigns is like expecting the Cleveland Browns to go to the Super Bowl. It makes as much sense as a soup sandwich. At WrestleMania 32, a heel Triple H defended the WWE Championship against a supposed babyface in Roman Reigns, eliciting a steady stream of cheers when he should have been booed. Triple H remained a heel, and WWE continues to push Reigns as a face. Number 8, booed the babyface, Batista, Royal Rumble 2014. Rey Mysterio wasn't the only face that got booed at the 2014 Royal Rumble. This was supposed to be Batista's big night, but just as the fans wanted to see Daniel Bryan and not Rey, they wanted to see Roman Reigns win the event and not Batista. Yeah, actually, believe it or not, Reigns was over in 2014. The fans booed Batista and continued to do so, forcing WWE to turn him heel. This didn't endear Batista to the WWE, and he was gone as the summer began. Number 7, cheered the heel, AJ Styles, SummerSlam 2016. Like Ric Flair's latest marital engagement, congrats Rick on pending marriage number 5, Vince McMahon refuses to learn from the past. Otherwise, how do you explain him putting John Cena up against AJ Styles, a heel with a devoted following and superior wrestling skills, and expecting anything else than what happened? Cena was cheered, but by the end of the night, Styles had won the crowd over. I mean, you could put Cena against Bill Cosby in an audience of women and he would still get booed. Number 6, booed the babyface, The Rock, SummerSlam 2002. By mid-2002, the fans knew there was a good chance The Rock would leave the WWE for a full-time career in Hollywood. An ever-fickle WWE audience decided to boo The Rock during his match against monster heel Brock Lesnar. Rock told the crowd he'd always be the people's champion regardless of their boos or cheers. Lesnar would turn face after Survivor Series that year after manager Paul Heyman betrayed him. Number 5, cheered the heels, The Hart Foundation, Canadian Stampede 1997. The WWF had a great booking concept with Canadian wrestler Bret the Hitman Hart and his contingent, the Hart Foundation, with Hart playing a face in Canada and a heel in the US. This allowed Hart to run down the US and its fans while praising Canada at the same time. As you might expect, Hart received a hero's welcome whenever he was in Canada, and 1997's In Your House Canadian Stampede was no different, where the fans cheered him and the Hart Foundation's win over 5 American wrestlers. Number 4, booed the babyface, Roman Reigns Money in the Bank 2016. After returning from injury, Seth Rollins told the fans he didn't need their cheers, presumably maintaining his status as a heel. However, putting him into a title match against Roman Reigns was as much a recipe for disaster as last summer's Ghostbusters remake. The fans cheered Rollins, leading to an eventual face turn. Number 3. Cheered the heel. CM Punk Money in the Bank 2011. CM Punk was on fire during the summer of 2011, or the Summer of Punk as fans like to call it. Punk's scathing critique of the WWE became known as his pipe bomb promo, and with his contract expiring, fans didn't know what to expect. The drama got cranked up even further when Punk went into Money in the Bank threatening to leave with the WWE Championship if he defeated champion John Cena. Punk won the belt, and since the match took place in Punk's hometown of Chicago, Cena had as much chance of getting cheered as Jeb Bush has of getting invited to Donald Trump's inauguration. Although Punk's contract expired, he returned shortly, soon becoming a full-fledged babyface. Number 2. Booed the Babyface. John Cena, ECW One Night Stand 2006. Now listen, anybody who thought John Cena was going to get cheered at an ECW event against ECW star Rob Van Dam probably thought the XFL was a can't-miss idea. Never mind, there was no way Cena was going to get cheered at an ECW show, and he didn't. The fans were as eager to see Cena wrestle as the owner of an all-you-can-eat buffet would be to see Rosie O'Donnell walk in. Number 1. Cheered the heel. Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 18. After Hulk Hogan rejuvenated his stale babyface act when he transformed into the heel Hollywood Hogan in WCW, the WWE figured Hogan was the perfect opponent for the super over Rock at WrestleMania 18. By the way, did you know that this match was supposed to be Hulk Hogan versus Stone Cold Steve Austin? According to Austin, he didn't think Hogan could keep up with him, and he didn't want a bad match at WrestleMania. Instead, fans got The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan. What they hadn't counted on was that Hogan had been gone from WWE for 9 years, and WWE fans really missed him. Thus, it's no surprise that Hogan was cheered during his match with The Rock, leading to Hogan turning face. While you may have heard the decision to turn Hogan was made that night, some believe the WWE already knew they were going to turn Hogan face based on the cheers he'd got before WrestleMania. Well guys, further proof that Vinnie Mac ignores the fans. How much more will the Raw and SmackDown audiences shrink before Vince comes to his senses? We hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to leave your comments and click like, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos from your friends at the Slack Rock channel.